Gayle King, out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that? I swear to God, we the worst. We the fucking worst. We expect more from you, Gayle. Don't you hang out with Oprah? Why y'all attacking us? We your people. You ain't fucking Harvey Weinstein asking them dumbass questions. I get sick of y'all. I want to call you one. Is it okay if I call her one? Funky dog head bitch. How dare you try to tarnish my motherfucking homeboy's reputation, punk motherfucker. Respect the family and back off, bitch, before we come get you.
You say it. I'm finna buy your ass up. You say it, bro.
I'd be extremely angry with me too.
YouTube, what's poppin'? Your girl is back and you're watching Grown Folk. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. If you want to know when I post videos, hit the notification bell. If you're enjoying this video so far, give me that thumbs up and definitely get in the comment section so we can discuss this topic fully in depth. And remember, it never ever hurts to share, so I'd appreciate if you did just that.
I'd be extremely angry with me too.
Gayle, you gator mouth trout looking heifer needs to understand above all things, we are constantly angry with you and these hairpieces. And in spite of it all, you still decided that that was not enough. And you yet again lost your everlasting mind all while wearing that hairpiece. And you somehow thought you were exempt from Black Twitter wearing that ass out.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
For all of y'all that don't know, Gayle and her girlfriend, Oprah and her protege Gayle, have been running amok in the media lately. And even though Gayle and Oprah have been running around like they're a few cars short of a deck, this is really our fault. And let me explain to you why this is our fault and why we must take this L on this issue. And even though we taking an L, we only taking a small piece of that bitch. We ain't taking the whole thing. See, because where we come in at is right about here. Because we allowed her ass to start smelling herself right there in that R. Kelly interview. She got to feeling herself. The ratings was popping. White folks started giving her props when R. Kelly was a loose cannon and she stayed calm. I mean, she had even got so cocky, she turned down Wendy Williams' interview at the height of Wendy Williams' whole debacle with her husband. I mean, Gayle was feeling straight like,
Nigga, we made it.
throwing caution to the wind and giving no fucks. So exactly what was it that Gayle King did that enraged so many people? Well, you know, here at Grown Folk, we don't tell you where to find the story or here's a link to the article. We bring that bitch right to you. So here you go.
What does Kobe's death, what does his loss mean to women's basketball?
You know, he was really making change.
Was he?
Yes, he's
How so?
changing the mindsets of other men more than anybody else. He's giving us, he's validating us, if you will, these young ladies who are out there playing, the fact that he's enjoying and being entertained by great basketball. It made other men feel, I'm hoping, like, what is this about? Like, this is, it's good.
I've heard that sometimes he would spend more time at WNBA games now than he would at the Lakers games. True? Is that
Well,
true?
it's true, but I think it's also because Gigi wanted to see certain players, and she was into it. And he talked about just, you know, I remember seeing him, he was like, Lise, like, she got it. She got it. You know, he was just like, she got it.
It's tough, Lisa, looking at the pictures of him and Gigi together playing basketball,
Yeah.
sitting on the sidelines. It really does take your heart and rip it out when I see those pictures.
Yes. We know what Kobe's accomplished, but Gigi she didn't have the full opportunity to do that, because you just know that she had the mentality. Mambacita was going to make it. She was going to be in the WNBA.
It's been said that his legacy is complicated because of a sexual assault charge, which was dismissed in 2003, 2004. Is it complicated for you as a woman, as a WNBA player?
It's not complicated for me at all. Even if there's a few times that we've been at a club at the same time, Kobe's not the kind of guy, never been like, you know, Lisa, go get that girl or tell her or send her this. I have other NBA friends that are like that. Mm-hmm. He was never like that. I just never have ever seen him being the kind of person that would do something to violate a woman or be aggressive in that way. That's just not the person that I know.
But Lisa, you wouldn't see it though. as his friend, you wouldn't see it.
And that's possible. I just don't believe that. And I'm not saying things didn't happen. I just don't believe that things didn't happen with force.
Is it even a fair question to talk about it, considering he's no longer with us and that it was resolved? Or is it really part of his history?
I think that the media should be more respectful. At this time, it's like if you had questions about it, you've had many years to ask him that. I don't think it's something that we should keep hanging over his legacy. I mean, it went to trial.
Yeah, with the cases, it was dismissed because the victim in the case refused to testify, so it was dismissed.
And I think that that's how we should leave it.
Baby, when I tell you she did the damn thing, she did the damn thing. When somebody politely mushes your ass in the face, all the while never laying a hand on you, that is a bad mama jamma. So let's just give a round of applause of how Lisa Leslie handled that with so much grace. Now, getting back to bobblehead ass Gayle King, I think within the last couple of journalistic pieces she did, she somehow thought she bonded with the black community. And of course, being a black woman, she's part of the black community, but she somehow confused that one moment in time of us congratulating her on handling that R. Kelly situation into convincing herself she was...
I mean, I was that bitch. I was Giovanna from Clark. CA.
Okay, Gayle, sure you were. And y'all already know exactly what Black Twitter did next. They put their cape on, took to the air, and start firing shots immediately. Memes of every sort, topic, and genre were quickly created. People took to their computers stating things such as, SMH, so disappointed with Gayle. It really be your own damn people sometime. Really, Gayle? You are reaching, and you don't even have to. This isn't your R. Kelly interview. Lisa Leslie did a great job of setting her straight and shutting her down. Oprah and Gayle need to retire to their vegetable gardens. It's been fun, sis. Oh my gosh, who the hell did Gayle think she is? But it didn't stop there because celebrities took to the airwaves sharing their opinion by way of videos.
Good morning, it's Friday. That means it's Fuck You Friday. Gayle King, fuck you. Oprah Winfrey, fuck you. Gayle, let me tell you something. You and Oprah are the bedroom wenches of the white corporate media slave masters. You're going to do whatever your masters tell you to do, even if it means destroying black men. Gayle, that bullshit ass apology that you gave, we know it's bullshit. They pay you $11 million a year. So how in the fuck you gonna tell us you gonna go and get them straight? Bitch, you gonna do exactly what you've been doing, and that's follow your master's lead. Black folk, it's time for us to wake up and tell all these handkerchief head Negroes that want to deceive us that your day of being prominent is about to be over.
Hey everybody, it is Millie in the city with Beyond Me 60 Seconds. I just had to jump on here. It took me a while. I wore my pearls to clutch them because I'm so pissed off at Gayle King. Gayle, you are, I don't understand you. Why would you do such a thing on an interview with Lisa Leslie? That was so inappropriate, so disrespectful, and so foul. Lisa Leslie, though, you my sis. You know why? Thank you so much for representing Kobe and, and defending his legacy and his family. I thank you for that. But Gayle King, your career is absolutely over, sweetheart. I can't save you. Millie in the City can't save you. Oprah can't save you. Black Twitter's not going to save you. God can't save you. You're done. You should be ashamed of yourself.
But baby, the biggest snatch back to them all was that big Uncle Snoop D-O-double-G. When I say he was snatching edges, lashes, and feelings, baby, that is a big understatement. He got that ass together and got it together quick.
Gayle King, out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that? I swear to God, we the worst. We the fucking worst. We expect more from you, Gayle. Don't you hang out with Oprah? Why y'all attacking us? We your people. You ain't coming after fucking Harvey Weinstein asking them dumb ass questions. I get sick of y'all. I want to call you one. Is it okay if I call him one? Funky dog head bitch. How dare you try to tarnish my motherfucking homeboy's reputation, punk motherfucker? Respect the family and back off, bitch, before we come get you.
But LeBron James was the one that got it right by a simple tweet. Protect Lisa Leslie at all costs. You're a real superhero. Sorry you had to go through that shit. We are our own worst enemies. Hashtag Mamba for life. And you know, like the supportive boyfriend should. Oop, child, I mean best friend. Oprah had to put her cape on and try to come save the day.
She is not doing well. May I say she is not? She is not doing well because she has now death threats and has to now travel with security. Obviously, all things pass. She will be okay, but she hasn't slept in 2 days. And I think everybody has the right to have their opinion, but to do it with such vitriol is hate and meanness.
But that wasn't working this time because Gayle had did entirely too much. The disrespect level was uncanny and beyond measure. But you know exactly how the media works. As long as they give a heartfelt apology that they think public will buy, they think everything will be smooth right on over.
I've been up reading the comments about the interview I did with Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant. And I know that if I had only seen the clip that you saw, I'd be extremely angry with me too. I am mortified, I'm embarrassed, and I am very angry. Unbeknownst to me, my network put up a clip from a very wide-ranging interview, totally taken out of context, and when you see it that way, it's very jarring. It's jarring to me. I didn't even know anything about it. I started getting calls. What the hell are you doing? Why did you say this? What is happening? I did not know what people are talking about. So I've been told, or I've been advised, to say nothing. Just let it go. People will drag you. People will troll you. It'll be over in a couple of days. But that's not good enough for me, because I really want people to understand what happened here and how I'm feeling about it. I reached out to Lisa because I know that she's a longtime friend of Kobe's, to talk about his legacy and their friendship. We had a really wide-ranging interview. Talked about many things. His career, his passion, his sense of humor, the way he was mentoring other people, how he was starting his next chapter. It was wide-ranging. And yes, we talked about that court case, because that court case has also come up. And I wanted to get Lisa's take on it as a friend who knew him well, what she thought, where that should stand. And I thought it was very powerful when she looked me in the eye as a member of the media to say it's time for the media to leave it alone and to back off. During the course of the interview, I asked follow-up questions because I wanted to make sure that her position and perspective were very clear. And at the end, when she said it's time to leave it alone, as I said, I thought that was powerful. And I insisted that part be in the interview because I thought that it put a nice button on that part of the conversation. When the interview aired, we got a great reaction to it. I talked to Lisa last night. I believe that Lisa was okay with the interview. And I felt really good about the interview. Really good about the interview. So for the network to take the most salacious part when taken out of context and put it up online for people who didn't see the whole interview is very upsetting to me, and that's something I'm going to have to deal with them. And there will be a very intense discussion about that. I also want to say this. I have been with Kobe Bryant on many social occasions. He was very kind and very warm to me, and I felt that we had a friendly relationship. I, too, am mourning his loss, just like everybody else. I still am shocked by it. It's tragic and untimely, and the last thing I would want to do is disparage him at this particular time. And I hope people understand that. And that's why I'm taking this time to speak to you directly. I've never done one of these before. I've never done one of these before, but this was so important to me that I felt I had to say something. I don't want to sit up on a set and read a prepared remark. I wanted you to hear exactly where I'm coming from and how I'm feeling. and to let everybody know that no disrespect intended. And now I've got to go to work.
Now let's break down a couple of things she said in this supposed apology that contradicts everything she proclaimed she meant during her original interview.
Unbeknownst to me, my network put up a clip from a very wide-ranging interview, totally taken out of context, and when you see it that way, it's very jarring. It's jarring to me.
It's jarring to you because somehow CBS took a clip that was unbeknownst to you. That's where we going with Gayle. Okay, since you want to lie in this fake apology, let's point some shit out.
I didn't even know anything about it. I started getting calls. What the hell are you doing?
So, Gayle, you mean to tell me that you think that we are that dumb, that we do not know that when journalists do interviews, they often sit in that control room with the director and executive producer, alongside the editor as well as yourself, and make sure every shot, clip, and angle is correct? It's clear you obviously thought we had no knowledge of that.
I reached out to Lisa because I know that she's a longtime friend of Kobe's to talk about his legacy and their friendship.
And here's yet another lie, Gayle. You reached out to Lisa Leslie because you would have been the first journalist to get the perspective of Kobe's rape case from 3 different angles, making your interview top-notch and unlike everyone else's. And had you succeeded, you would have killed 3 birds with 1 stone by being able to ask not only Kobe's close friend about his rape case in 2003, but also covering the angle of a fellow athlete and the first famous person that ran in his circle that would be willing to talk about the rape case. And that would have put her ass on the top because no other journalist had achieved that. And Gayle knew exactly what she was doing when asking that question.
It was very powerful when she looked me in the eye as a member of the media to say it's time for the media to leave it alone and to back off.
Well, of course it's powerful now that they've been roasting your ass left and right. But had it been powerful in the moment, what would have happened? It's complete silence. You wouldn't have had anything to say because it would have been just as strong when she said put it to bed. But no, not you. You had more questions. So please say that powerful moment bullcrap for somebody without a clue.
The rest of the interview, I asked follow-up questions because I wanted to make sure that her position and perspective were very clear.
Now see, this is where she went to telling on herself. Why ask follow-up questions for something you quote-unquote say was supposed to be off the record? Why ask follow-up questions for something CBS wasn't supposed to show? Why ask follow-up questions if it was just a casual conversation between you and Leslie? Oh, don't worry, we already know the answer. It was because it was supposed to be part of the interview.
Powerful. And I insisted that part be in the interview because I thought that it put a nice button on that part of the conversation.
B-I-N-G-O-Ho, you just don't know how to be quiet. If you insisted that part to be in the interview, Gayle, then there's absolutely no way CBS accidentally tricked you. But you thought you was selling shit so good we couldn't smell it. Had you only listened to when CBS told your behind to be quiet, you wouldn't be in this mess. So by your own admission, you just admitted that you knew that that piece would be in there by simply saying, I insisted that part be in the interview. Then you followed it up with this silly shit.
When the interview aired, we got a great reaction to it.
Now, who in the hell told you that? And must we tell such bold lies? If you got a good response, what would be the need of a so-called apology? Gayle, go stand in the corner.
The network to take the most salacious part when taken out of context and put it up online to me, and that's something I'm going to have to deal with them.
So you somehow mean to tell us, as well as wanting us to believe, that you checked CBS. Girl, stop it. We know that you know, we know that it's known that you ain't cursed out no CBS. Matter of fact, you ain't checked nobody at CBS no more than the cow that jumped over the moon. Because if you had, I have a feeling that the unemployed line would have a special spot for that ass.
There will be a very intense discussion about that.
Yeah. Okay, Gayle. Now, this is the statement that threw me for a loop that she stated about the recently departed Kobe Bryant.
And the last thing I would want to do is disparage him at this particular time.
That was the last thing you wanted to do, yet you brought up his rape case that he was exonerated from, a case that he had his day in court for, a situation where he paid his debt to society even though he was innocent, an allegation that he worked so hard to erase, and yet you trying to trip up his friend by doing this?
Kobe's, he was never like that. I just never have ever seen him being the kind of person that would do something to violate a woman or be aggressive in that way. That's just not the person that I know.
But Lisa, you wouldn't see it though. As his friend, you wouldn't see it.
You mean to tell me that was the best consideration and respect that you could give that man? Bringing up something that had nothing to do with his death, even after his friend so respectfully mushed your ass in the face with her polite ass answer, which is more than most of us would have done. So let's look at what respecting his legacy means once again to Gayle King.
No. But Lisa, you wouldn't see it though. As his friend, you wouldn't see it.
After she already answered you and told you that she did not believe her friend that was proven to be innocent was guilty of sexually assaulting a young lady that was proven to be lying, you somehow tried to tell her, no, you wouldn't see it as his friend.
No. But Lisa, you wouldn't see it though. As his friend, you wouldn't see it.
So since everybody have seemed to have forgotten what happened in that rape trial, I feel that it is only necessary that we review them facts. Let's start by digesting a well-written article step by step that listed the dates and events in chronological order. One major off-the-court hit to Bryant's reputation took place June the 30th, 2003, in a hotel room at the Lodge and Spa of Cordelia in the Rocky Mountains town of Edwards, Colorado. A 19-year-old woman working as a front desk clerk accompanied Bryant on a tour of the property. She later went to Bryant's hotel room where she said he raped her. Now, to add more facts to that, remember Kobe Bryant was sent to Colorado by his agent and his coaches in order to nurse and take care of an injury he had sustained. During this trip, he met a little thotty at the front desk. He was the new man on the scene. He was fresh. He was brand new. He was Kobe Bryant, and he was worth millions of dollars. And she had her eye on the prize. Bryant, 24 at the time, was charged with 1 count of felony assault. It took 14 months for the criminal case to be resolved. The accuser decided she would not testify, and prosecutors dropped the case September the 1st, 2004. A civil suit brought by the accuser in August 2004 was settled out of court on March the 2nd, 2005, making the end of an often graphic legal saga that drew worldwide attention but never resulted in a trial. Now let's go back to June 30th, 2003, the very day Kobe's accuser proclaimed she was raped. Now let's recall some of these facts. 1, the accuser admitted she went to Kobe's room unbeknownst to him and uninvited. 2, she admitted that she was starstruck and pursued Kobe Bryant. 3, where she detailed this alleged sexual assault happened was proven by investigators that it did not take place there. But what was able to be proven and DNA able to be found was the very spot that Kobe Bryant said a consensual sexual encounter happened. So what does all that mean? She told investigators they'd be able to find DNA in a certain part of the hotel proving that she was allegedly raped. Except unfortunately for her, the DNA was found exactly where Kobe said a consensual sexual act happened between the two of them, making it the first time investigators found inconsistencies in Kobe's accuser's story. At first, events in Colorado unfolded quickly for Bryant. The day after the alleged rape, he underwent knee surgery in nearby Vail. Bryant's accusers reported the incident to the Eagle County Sheriff's Department, and investigators searched his hotel room for evidence. So when Kobe Bryant was literally on the operating table, his accuser was at the sheriff's office making grand gestures and delusions of an alleged sexual assault. Coming out of surgery is when Kobe Bryant learned he was being charged with a sexual crime. Unfortunately, while being questioned about this alleged crime, Kobe almost sealed his fate because his first instinct was to lie when he was asked had he had any sexual encounters with the accuser. Since Kobe was freshly engaged, he panicked and first told investigators nothing happened between him and the woman. This later backfired on Kobe because something did take place. But it was very clear that Kobe insisted no sexual assault happened and everything was consensual by both parties. The accuser had a medical examination that eventually became problematic for her because DNA evidence suggested she had sex with someone else in the 15 hours after the alleged rape and before the exam. A claim denied by prosecutors, but a claim proven by DNA. And that accuser's name is Caitlin Favor. Even though she was 19 years old, the state thoroughly protected her as if she was a minor because it was a high-profile case. This angered plenty of the public because it was almost as if Kobe could not face his accuser in the public eye, making sure everyone was getting incorrect information and strongly suggesting it was a minor simply because they wouldn't release her name. Now, where things went left for Caitlin is when investigators were able to poke holes in her original statement. The first problem was the whole entire act was inconsistent where she stated that it happened, yet it matched Kobe's account. Secondly, she flip-flopped back and forth on whether Kobe invited her to the room or she went on her own. Thirdly, she swore she did not know the newly hired bellhop. Yet not only did she know him, she was good friends with him. They attended the same college. Now, when Caitlyn did her rape kit, there was semen present in which Kobe Bryant swore it was not his because a condom was used. Only Caitlyn insisted that it wasn't. But during their investigations, detectives made sure they took DNA samples from all males on the scene. This included other ball players as well as the bellhop. And this is where it went all the way downhill for Caitlyn. When the test results returned, detectives noticed that the DNA belonged to a white male and not an African American. This was a slam dunk for Kobe, considering he cannot produce the sperm of a Caucasian man. Now, even though Caitlyn had been caught in so many lies already, here is the big kicker. When her rape kit was concluded, that is when detectives had that she had had sex with the bellhop only 13 hours after her alleged rape. And when asked by detectives what was the excuse for such a confusing thing, she stated that the bellhop comforted her so well that she got lost in the moment. Yeah, you heard it right. After being allegedly raped, not washing her ass, not going to tell anybody immediately until Kobe Bryant was off the premises, accusing one man of rape after having sex with another, being so very scared and traumatized, as she claimed, she somehow fell into the arms of another man so he can tap that ass. But hey, when somebody comforts you so well, I guess you could forget about the trauma and throw all that shit out the window. Bryant was charged with 1 count of felony sexual assault July the 18th. Bryant, with his wife Vanessa by his side, held a news conference at the Staples Center where he admitted committing adultery, but said, "I'm innocent of assault." This 100% real. Kobe was new money. He had a target on his back, and some people will do anything for a check. That young lady had a plan, and she executed it. Most people don't even know before a jury selection was picked, she was willing to settle for $75,000. You were raped, you want them punished, but money will work. I'm just not buying it. Katie lied time and time again. And I'm going to just put it on the table. When she couldn't vilify him, making it look like this big black wild man that just came straight out the hood and into some money, just had to violate him, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, innocent college student. And she thought the world would buy it and eat it up, and she would be the next millionaire. But that shit backfired, and I, for one, do not believe he should be demonized because he had his day in court. She did not testify because they would have lit her ass up on that stage with all them lies that the prosecution was easily able to prove. So for the ones that didn't know, there you go. Now, you already know where we going with this. I need to know everything you're thinking. What you think about Gayle gout-trout looking ass? Do y'all think Oprah be setting Gayle up to look stupid? Because I damn sure do. Do you think Gayle was feeling herself from that damn R. Kelly interview and turning down Wendy Williams' interview? Do you think she ever gonna change that hairpiece? What's your opinion? What's your thoughts? What's your angle? I need to know. This is just re-damn ridiculous to continue to tear down dead people. This man is a friend, a husband, a father, a son, teammate, and overall a human damn being. Let's get this conversation popping on everything from the rooter to the tutor, because there's some folks out here that need to be checked. But I got one more thing to show you. A video has somehow surfaced of what's supposed to be Caitlyn Favor singing a very disrespectful ass song. My opinion, I think it's somebody trolling because you really can't tell it's her in the video. But you know your girl got you and about to let y'all see it.
Check it. You know how I be. 5 years ago, date raped by Kobe. You know how I be. 5 years ago, date raped by Kobe. I was in Colorado, working at a hotel when Kobe rang the bell. Said, bring me some towels. Then he bent me over a chair, pulled on my hair, and tore up my bowels.
The things people will do. Well, y'all, it's been fun. Do you think it's her or a troll? You know I enjoyed you like I always do, and you know what time it is. If you hadn't already done it, it's a couple of buttons I need you to hit for your girl. And here they are.